Lesson 3, standard deviation. So standard deviation is how much data moves away from the average. So the way that we find standard deviation is this little letter, and it's called sigma. That's your standard deviation. It's going to be E of x minus x bar squared over n. So what that means is E is the sum of the deviation, so the data, minus the mean, so the average, so how much it changes from the average. Then you're going to square it, divide it by how many pieces of data you have, and then square root it. So that's what that means. So you're going to need quite a bit of room because we got quite a bit of data, and this is going to be quite a few steps. But once you get it, you'll be good. So we want to find the standard deviation from potato chip bags. Oh, just kidding, they're sunflower seeds. Anyways, the standard deviation from sunflower seeds. So the first thing you need to do is you have to find n. I'm going to put it down here. So n, count all your numbers, there should be 25 of them. Our mean, so you add up all the numbers, you should get 5,719, and when you divide it by 25, you get 228.8. So there's our mean. So what we're going to do, I put my chart directly below. You're going to find the data, and then you're going to find x minus x bar squared. So our data is, we're just going to write it all out. So we have 228, 230, 224, 226, 229. Yes, this is going to take a while. So I want you to pause the video, just write in all your information, and I'm going to pause my video and also do that, so you don't have to listen to me write down numbers for a minute. Okay, once you have all of your data, what you're going to do is you're going to type this into the calculator. I'm going to write it out. If you want to write it out, you can, but you don't have a lot of room. But this is what you're doing. You're going to take your data, so 228, and you're going to subtract the mean, so 228.8, and what you should get is negative 0.8, and we're going to square that data. Just put the little squared sign in for now. So in the next one, we're going to do 230 minus 228.8 in your calculator. You should get 1.2, and then we're going to square the data. So we're going to do that for every single piece of this data, all 25 of it. So I want you to pause the video. I want you to do all of this. 224 minus 228.8, and find your answer, negative 4.8, and just do that. So find all the numbers and then put a squared sign behind it. So I'll pause it, you pause it too. Okay, when you finally type all your information in, it should come up to these numbers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add up everything in this column. So all of these numbers. So when you type it into your calculator, make sure that if it is negative, you put either the negatives in the bracket. Sometimes you have to do that for your calculator. Sometimes it does it for you. But all I want you to do is put the number and then the squared sign on your calculator. So on your calculator you have a button that looks like this. So you're just going to push that after each piece of data. So negative 0.8, this button, plus 1.2, this button, and keep going and going and going, and add together all of your data. And when you add it all together, so that is the same as the sum of x minus x bar squared, you should get 748.6. I'm just going to erase this. So as you add up all your data, you should get 748.6. Now to find sigma, you do the sum, 748.6, divided by the number, 25, and then you square root it. So when you square root it, you should get 5.5. And we're talking about a deviation of grams, so it would be 5.5 grams. So that's how you find standard deviation. It's a lot of steps, and it takes quite a bit of time, but if you just go slowly and neatly and clearly do your work in a table, you shouldn't make any mistakes. So we're going to try it again for the next one. Okay, so we have 554 gram bags. Let's see if I can fit it into one side this time. So we have the data, and then x minus x bar squared. So first we need to find the mean. So our number we know is 25, same as last time. The mean, when you add up all of these numbers together, you should get 11,353. And divide by 25 is equal to 454.1. So that's our mean. So our data, 458, 452. Just write out all your data. I know it sucks. You just have to do it and not complain, because I don't want to hear about it. I have to do it just like you do. So I know this is really dragging on, but I'm running out of things to say, and I just feel like I don't want to pause the video right now, because I'm sure you're really enjoying all of this talk. 456, 456. Okay, I'm going to pause it now, so fill in the rest. Oh look, it's magic. It just appeared. Okay, so now you're going to do your x value minus this value, and you should get 3.9 squared. So do that for each of your values, and I'm going to pause it, and I want you to do it. Okay, so pause it, check to see if your answers were right. So these are the correct ones. When you get to this point, now you're going to add together all of this column. And when you add it together, so I have nowhere to write it, the sum of x minus x bar squared should get 514.65. Now to find your standard deviation, you're going to take that number, divide it by 25, and then take the square root of it. And what you should get is 4.5. So now the question is asking to compare the two bags of sunflower seeds, or chips, whatever you seem to think the question is asking about. So we know that the 54 gram bag is 4.5, and we found that the 227 bag was 5.5. So because this has a smaller deviation, that means it's going to be closer to the average. For the 227 bags, it means it's going to be spread out farther away from the data. So the one that is more accurate to the mean, so the average, is the 454 gram bags, because the deviation, standard deviation, is smaller.